It's going.
Fucking something just touched my face.
Monks, white ladies and contact from beyond await the team in County Offaly.
The castle that's surrounding me is said to date back to the early 6th century. There's been so much paranormal activity here and ghost sightings that the staff have literally had to learn to live with it. So how will we cope when we spend the next 24 hours at Kinnitty Castle in Southern Ireland?
Situated midway between Dublin and Limerick, the first castle at Kinnitty was destroyed and then rebuilt early in the 13th century. The castle was under Gaelic and then English control in the 1600s, before it was destroyed again by the rebellious Republican forces during Ireland's Civil War in 1922. Rebuilt later that decade, it now remains in family hands, contradicting its troublesome past.
This is a place of siege, death and of course destruction. And because of that, there are many stories of ghostly goings-on. Ghosts, phantoms, and of course banshees. Banshees special only to the Irish, harbingers of death. Always women hovering above the place, dressed in green or in red, waiting for an imminent death.
Here, in one of the attic rooms, right at the top of the castle, many stories have been circulating around the castle and in the local town about how much paranormal activity occurs in this room. Dark shadows, the ghost of a white lady, and the noise of a child whimpering in the dead of night. All these things happen in Geraldine's room. This great banquet hall is home to the apparition of a tall monk dressed in black. He's been seen here for many years, some say since the 1100s. Even if not seen, its presence is said to be felt by guests and staff. To some fortunate people, the monk is said to give accurate prophecy, but he doesn't just haunt here. He's also been seen in here, throughout the dungeon bar.
He's a soothsayer that visits a lady called Margaret.
He's about 6'6", and his name is Hugh. He did very strange things. I would set the tables, and when the manager would come across, half the cutlery was missing. So I would put it back. So I was getting tired of this, and after about 3-4 times, I asked who was in the hall and if they would stop. And it was the following week that he appeared. And then afterwards, over the years, he told me major events that would take place. And these things have happened.
No one knows the origin of these standing stones, but so much paranormal activity has been reported on this very site, we just couldn't ignore it. Strange lights have been seen, noises have been heard, and dark shapes have been seen winding in and out of the stones. So what is causing all this activity? We have 24 hours to find out.
Joining us in the Emerald Isle is Kieran O'Keefe. With so much paranormal activity reported here, this could prove to be a busy night for our parapsychologist.
So Kieran, here we are at Kinnitty Castle. Is there anything that you're expecting to happen here that might be different from anywhere else that we've been to?
I'm quite excited about being at Kinnitty Castle because the focus of all the eyewitness accounts is on apparitions.
What do you think about eyewitnesses like, for instance, Margaret, who's saying that she's actually interacting with the monk?
That's extremely rare. Extremely rare. There's a famous researcher called Tyrrell in 1943 who kind of defined all of the apparitions, and he said that in less than 1% of cases there's actual interaction with apparitions. So it's very, very rare to find an eyewitness who reports actually interacting.
So that'd be interesting. We've got a lot to look forward to, haven't we?
A lot, yeah. Should be good.
This historic site is said to be rife with tortured souls, possibly victims of its violent and bloody past. As part of our investigation, we've invited medium Derek Okora to join us in Ireland. But just who will we make contact with at Kinnitty Castle?
Now, although I'm not at this moment to be receiving activity as such in this area, this space, I am aware, just linking in here with, it's as if I want to change the whole of the scenery here, totally to what it is. And I want to, in actual fact, there's no two ways about it. There's a feeling of prayer state, but it's like as if, you know, I want to walk not here, but I want to walk along a long passageway. And that passageway leads to a big opening, and I've just been mentally been given like a mind's eye picture of an abbey, monastery conditions. I don't feel bad about it. I feel quite good. But what I do also feel is that we've got an individual here who walks through this area. Yeah. And I got this a couple of seconds ago earlier, where I'm like this, you see, and I'm not scurrying, but I'm moving at speed with this person, and I want to do that.
Right.
In prayer state.
Okay. So it's a holy man.
It's a male, it's a man, but I also want to say I am covered up. I'm cloaked.
Right.
Or they're making me feel as if I'm cloaked, taking his position.
Okay.
And most definitely, I may be wrong at this moment, but I just feel as if we're talking about the energy of a man that goes back hundreds of years, and without a doubt gives me the impressions of like a monk.
Now, is he in visitation here? Or
no, he's grounded.
Well, why would that be?
I feel he's wanted to stay here. I feel he left his physical life not at an old age. And with him, it's only that the first vibrations that I'm getting, I feel as if I want to go to the throat with this male. I felt as if just for those moments I was sitting at a table, a long table, and as if I was eating. And I know it's to do with him. And I felt as if a feeling of choking, something stuck.
With the castle having been built on the site of an Augustine abbey, we were all intrigued to discover more about the monk. We moved deeper into the dungeon bar in the hope that this would throw light on who this person was.
You see, come into this area as well, Evie. Again, thick and fast in here, the movement of this person in here, without a doubt.
When you say thick and fast, are you talking about the actual movement of this person?
Yes, when he comes through, yes. Well, yeah, I feel he does go at speed, actually, Kieran. Also now, for some reason, why it's coming again from the residual energy, this person has got the energy and the personality of a person who's in prayer, a monk, and I get this, like, sense of fun with him, sense of, like, humour. You wouldn't imagine a person like that to have this. I would say, from the energies here, he'd be a good orator. He'd be a good talker. A good talker. And I don't know, but I just feel as if he wanted to make his presence felt, he would really, really make the effort, this monk.
So we could be hopefully, tonight, he could try and communicate with
Absolutely, because I just feel his energies, he wants to, and we're here for this. So I'm just very hopeful.
Derek may have identified the presence of the roaming monk, whose image has reportedly been seen numerous times. Is this the ghost of Father Hugh? And who else is waiting for us at Kinnitty Castle?
Something just touched my face. Something just fucking touched my face.
You're communicating with us.